It's Mr.Avogato. Hello everybody, Mr.Avogato here, and thank you for joining me for another Outriders video. So today we are bringing you Guac Perfected. So this is going to be a full through and through build for the Technomancer. It's a little bit built off of the Guac Shaman one that we did recently. That was a more simplified one, but this time it's a complete overhaul. So to start off with, we're going to go with the skills. Today we're using our blighted rounds. That's going to work well with some mod synergy we have going on. Our safety skill today is going to be the fixing wave. You can swap this up for cold snap if you like. Me personally, I love fixing wave because it heals myself, my turrets, and my allies if I am playing with other people. And of course, our favorite, the Guac's dispenser, which is the blighted turret, which will go ahead and apply toxic to enemies that are in its range. Now the mods we're using today are Purity, reducing the duration of negative status by 75%, no pain, no gain, giving us 40% of damage dealt into HP among allies when we end our blighted rounds. We're going to be using Toxic Piercer, giving us 20% bonus to toxic effectiveness equal to 100% of armor piercing, and Achilles Heel to increase our crit damage by 50% resistant piercing. Radical Therapy is going to give us 15% more damage against enemies afflicted by Toxic, and Move Groove is going to power up our Anomaly and Firepower while we are on the move. Then we have High Velocity Bullets, giving us a bonus to sniper weapon damage by 10%, and Resistance Piercer, giving us a critical damage bonus equivalent to 75% of our resistant piercing. Toxic Lead will give us 40% of our ammo back when defeating enemies that are afflicted with Toxic, and whenever our health drops below 30, our firepower will increase for 5 seconds. Our sidearm is the Disintegrator, using String of Gauss and Death Chains. Imploder is our primary, Deadly Disturbance, and Gravedigger's Frenzy. And then we changed up our light machine gun for a scout rifle later, which is Twisted Mercy, because look at this bad boy. Now, to break down everything on the class-wise, we're gonna, instead of scrolling over everything, we'll give you the gist. Our weapon damage is increased by 24%. Our armor piercing is increased by 20%. Our magazines are increased by 50%. Assault rifle damage is increased by 32%, long range weapons by 30%, enemies below 30% HP are going to take 20% more damage, we do 15% more crit damage, we get 40% more weapon damage for 10 seconds whenever using our blighted rounds or our blighted turret, a 10% max HP bonus with a 20% max health regeneration. And then for Toxic, it's going to last 30% longer and also calls vulnerable, which is going to be 40% more effective. And we're going to get 25% more damage towards enemies afflicted with Toxic. Now that's not even counting all the mods that we went through, that if everything does stack without any bumps in the road there, it's a hell of a lot of bonuses. And the whole gist of this is you throw the turret, apply the Guac, and just start letting loose. You could use Twisted Rounds as well as a backup heal, considering the fact that whenever you're melting these enemies, you're getting ammunition back. And then when you reload, you'll get HP for it. So that way you have a double heal essentially on top of just making everything toxic. Now, the only thing that I would say about this build is if you run your vibration on your controller, it's definitely a little annoying when you're just destroying enemies with blighted rounds. So sometimes I just hold off on that unless I really need to use it. Or if you just shut your vibration off, you won't have to worry about the constant pulsating noise that the blighted rounds makes while it's active. Now, if you are going against a elite, sometimes it could be a little harder. What I did do was just use my favorite weapon, the Imploder, with Deadly Disturbance. Just keeping crit shots on the enemies repeatedly while the Guac turret does its thing will actually push that enemy back, and he'll just keep backing up and you'll be able to melt him so easy. Playing solo, this has been one of my favorite things to do to the more bulky enemies. You just Guac them up and pop headshots all day. So at the end of the clip here, we're also going to just show us using the rifle to show that it does work with that as well. I'm sure with shotties it would be disgusting on top of that. I hope this build helps some people out who just want to really murk crowds, whether it's by yourself or you're in a squad of people and you really just want to let loose. So once again, this is Guac Perfected, our Technomancer guacamole build. I'm MrAvogato. Everyone stay safe, love each other, and I'll see you in the next one.
What? Get inside the refrigerator. The lead will protect you. That is the stupidest idea I've ever heard!